News coming in right now. India now reacts to the escalation in the conflict between Iran and Israel. The Indian Ministry of External Affairs has issued a statement on the situation in West Asia. It says, and I quote, "We are seriously concerned at the escalation of hostilities between Israel and Iran, which threatens the peace and security in the region. We call for immediate de-escalation, exercise of restraint, stepping back from violence, and return to the path of diplomacy. We are closely monitoring the evolving situation. Our embassies in the region are in close touch with the Indian community. It is vital that security and stability are maintained in the region." So the Ministry of External Affairs in India has now issued a statement concerning the alarming situation on the ground in West Asia after the Iranian attack on Israel yesterday. Geeta Mohan is joining us for more on this. Geeta, what more can you tell us about the statement which has been released by the Ministry of External Affairs, and what are we doing in terms of course, keeping our citizens in Iran and Israel safe?
Well, follow me, India is very uniquely positioned when it comes to these conflicts and wars, be it Russia, Ukraine, or Israel, Hamas, and now Israel, Palestine, or for that matter now Iran being in the picture, given that India does have ties with all the countries. In this scenario, we're talking about Israel and now Iran. The fact that we have ties with both the countries, and not only that, we also have a massive Indian community presence in both parts, Israel as also in Iran. So the worries for India in ensuring that there's peace and stability in the region is not just about a global player talking about peace and security, but also that the stakes for India and Indians there is quite high, which is why India again has reiterated and positioned itself with call for peace and security and stability in the region, de-escalation of tensions, the fact that they need to find a diplomatic path. But like we were reporting earlier, Paulami, this is a retaliation and response to the April 1st attack on an Iranian consulate in Syria, which is Iranian territory. So one has to look at it in perspective. After the consulate attack, Iran had said that they are not going to sit without a response. And the West, as also the Israelis, were preparing themselves for an Iranian response, and the response has indeed come. It's not just about what the West is going to do, because after the attack at the consulate, we saw precious little at the United Nations Security Council. But right now, even as we speak, there is a meeting that is going to be held at the United Nations regarding the Iranian attack, which could escalate matters. This is going to look far worse than it seems, given the first reports that have come in from Israel saying that the damage is not substantive, that it's minor. But if a state is now involved in this war between Israel and Palestine, then we are looking at a major escalation over here. But it's not just the Western response. We'll also have to wait and see how West Asia, which is the Middle East, responds to this escalation.